Hey everybody. I actually wasn't really going to vlog today, but I'm unable to go to sleep and I'm struggling quite a bit, and maybe just like talking it out would be kind of helpful. There's been like a crazy amount of traffic, and Berlin is notorious for like never-ending road work, and it's one of the many inconveniences, honestly, of living here, is that you just have to get used to the fact that every road that you're going to be on is going to have construction at some point. There are building projects that are still unfinished, and we've lived here for 4 years now, and they're still unfinished, like in the same spots. And then they haven't finished those projects, and then they open up other parts of the road or other parts of something, and it's like a whole new area of construction. And so needless to say, traffic is not only just like a big city thing, but it's also made worse by the fact that there's always road work. There's always construction. So the last couple of days that Linnea and I have come home, I say Linnea, Elliot's with us, but I say Linnea because she's on her own bike. It's been really stressful because there's been just so much traffic, and when the roads are super blocked up and busy, then all the bikes, all the everything end up piling onto the sidewalks, and it's like we have our own traffic jams. But today we were riding home on the bikes, and it was crazy busy anyways. And we have a rule, like basically whenever the kids, as early as possible, as early as we can, we teach all of them how to get home. We want our kids to know, like, no matter where they are in our area, to find a way home. So it's very common that like I'll let them lead the way, or, you know, and they're always close to us. So today we're riding home on the bikes, and it's busy, it's crazy. The traffic was backed up for several kilometers, and I know I can't exactly say like street names and stuff without like completely giving away everything, but needless to say, basically there's a back road and then a bunch of like side streets, and all the side streets were full of traffic trying to get onto both of the main roads on either side. So we're riding home, Linnea's next to me. It was so busy today that even cars were driving on the sidewalk, and we're basically making 4 lanes of traffic out of what is normally 1 lane, and it was very dangerous. And at some point there's a break, a very short break in the traffic, and so Linnea went ahead because we could not both fit, and we're having to, like, we're not even riding at this point on sidewalks. We're literally riding on like dirt paths that are not appropriate for bike tires because you slip and you slide. And so I didn't want a situation where I couldn't see what was going on because it was super loud with like massive 18-wheeler trucks and stuff going down the road too, and their engines and stuff. So Linnea was right in front of me, so I could see her. And she was on the dirt path and was fine. And she's moving on, and as she goes ahead, the car on the side street is like coming directly towards us, right? Because what they're trying to do is to turn, and they're trying to use the space. And first of all, they're not even like near the sidewalk at this point. They're way over the sidewalk and now in the dirt where construction is. It more or less like allows Linnea to go past, but it becomes very clear to me that I'm about to get hit by a car. So in order to avoid that, I tried going up onto this, it's not a bank. I don't even know how to describe it because it's basically leftover dirt from building, loose dirt, loose sand. And so I tried to go up even further onto this little area here. And in the process of doing that, my bike tires get stuck and I hit the ground like very fast. Elliot's on the bike and he's screaming, crying. I see Linnea driving off. I'm yelling for her. She cannot hear me because the cars are so loud, and the trucks, like I said, are so loud. Like I couldn't even hear Elliot, who was talking. Like it was crazy. but Elliot and I fell. He's obviously attached to the bike seat. I quickly get up and I try to get him up. He's screaming, crying because he's scared. Luckily, he wasn't majorly hurt or anything. That's why I always put my kids in helmets. That's why I always wear a helmet. We both hit the ground and it was such a fast fall that like I couldn't even try to stop the bike. Like I tried, but it was too fast. He's screaming, crying. I'm quickly trying to lift the bike in this like pit that I'm in. And then I have tears in my eyes because I'm like yelling for Linnea. She's gone. And I'm asking people if they've seen my daughter. Nobody's listening. Nobody's caring. And then the worst part of it all was that as I'm trying to get up, I've got this screaming baby. Obviously, I'm quite panicked. I very well could be hurt myself. And there's a guy in a truck that's yelling at me to get off the side so that he can drive there. Never mind the fact that he almost hit me. Never mind the fact that it would have been his fault. You know, he's lucky that nothing major happened, but he's yelling at me to basically get out of his space, which the space that's in question here is not even a road that he can legally drive on. And I'm like yelling for Linnea. She's gone. I can't find her. So basically, like, I get up as quickly as possible. Like, I try to calm Elliot down. I'm like, we have to get home. We have to get home. He's screaming, crying all the way home. And I get home, and luckily, Linnea's there. She was waiting for me. And she was like, Mom, I was scared because I didn't know where you were, and I didn't know if I should turn around. I said, no, you did the right thing, because she didn't hear me calling her name. So, you know, she did the right thing. She went home, she waited, she did everything that she's been taught to do, and I was really proud of her for that. But it was a real scary situation, and I've been having these, like, I deal with a lot of anxiety, and I've been having like these moments of like worst case scenario stuff is like constantly in my head. And even though we made it okay and we made it home, the anxiety part of all of this is like, you were so close to not being okay. You know, like, thank God you had a helmet, because if you didn't have a helmet, this is what could have happened. And, you know, or this is what could have happened to Linnea, or it's just, it's been really bad. It's brought up just a lot of really bad feelings, and it's hard. It's been really hard. I actually called Roman in tears afterwards, and I asked him to call the Ordnungsamt, and I asked him to contact like every politician in the area, because it's very dangerous. There were actually kids that were also riding by themselves home and were very close to being in similar situations. Thank goodness I, as an adult, saw and could like help them cross the street or help them make sound decisions. But I asked Roman to contact people because, yeah, people just take him more seriously here. That's just the way it is. He's the German. I'm the one with an accent, and I make grammar mistakes, and I'm just not taken as seriously. And that whenever I have made, whether it's at a doctor's office or with professional settings and stuff, the gist is more or less I'm not valued here. So I just asked Roman to make phone calls, and he did, and he left complaints and he spoke with people. So I hope that it's a way forward. But today was a very terrifying experience, and I don't even know if like telling the story even properly conveyed that. It was terrifying. It took me a long time to come down from that, and unfortunately Linnea and Elliot had a very panicky, frazzled mom, and I really try to like hide a lot of my emotions from the kids when they're negative. But I couldn't. I was just completely, it was horrendous. And I think the part of it that really got to me is that I don't know how you can see a mom and a toddler in an accident and your gut reaction is to yell at them. Not ask if anyone's hurt, not ask to help in any way, not to offer any care or, it's hard to really know what to say. I don't want to disappoint people, and I don't want people to be angry with me for feeling the way that I feel. And I think I'm gonna go listen to some like meditation and try to clear my head, because it's been very difficult to go to sleep with everything from the day constantly ringing in my head. So I'm gonna go. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a better day. Love you guys. Bye.